off the seaside. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, not for long.
Right, where are we?
We're on the East Kent coast in England. We're about to go in the sea. It's it's warmish, but it's quite blowy. It's not. What would you say the temperature is?
15 degrees. Matt's just double dropped a couple of scrumpies and we're ready for war.
Needed to relax a little.
We want to connect with nature because that's what this trip is about. It's about tree set and it's about connecting with nature. And the first port of call is us dunking our junk in the big blue. Alright mate, how you doing? I don't know you, do I? Alright, cool mate, nice one. Ooh! Oh! There he goes, look ya. Woohoo! Beautiful, isn't it? Saltwater therapy done. Where we're going now?
I feel good about that.
Is it?
How would you rate my swimming?
I would rate your swimming a strong 8, week 9.
What were you?
10. 10.
No, it's pretty good, wasn't it? And it was cold at first, but then after you got used to it, it actually felt quite warm. It felt warmer to be in the water than
Yeah, soft water, if anyone knows why.
how we do it in the south.
Yeah, everything's softer in the south. Right, what we're doing now, where we're going?
That's bad. We're going to go to the woods and make a camp,
Cook some stuff up.
cook some stuff up. What's it, like lobster?
Lobster, seafood.
No, but let's not promise that.
Let's not promise that, cut that bit out.
Burgers, chicken.
Yeah. Meat feast in the woods and a crackling campfire podcast. See you in woods.
See you in woods. Chamomile. Is that actually chamomile? I thought they were big daisies.
This is all quality tinder this. So what we can do is we can use a bit of that flint. In fact, I will do that. Use a bit of that flint and a bit of metal
Yeah.
into there and just burn it up.
See that flint and metal thing I thought was like really hard to do.
It's hard to do. But, yeah, no, I will. But I'll see. Because this looks good, because this is nice and dark.
I'm not.
Just relax. Everything's going to be okay. Oh. It just, there's no... I see it spilling it in it. Right, okay. Leave that there and then
Why
put...
don't you pick the chicken up and sit it like that's that? Oh. Chicken piss.
Wait a minute. Let's put some Toby inside it.
Mate, you can't put your chicken fingers in that and pinch it. Oh, you fuckwit. That is disgusting. This is like... I don't want a meal that looks like an absolute backstreet gynecology fucking class. Oh!
That'll be good, mate. Get it in you. Right. Come here, love. Come here, love. Come here. Come on. Oops.
is a low point, right?
For the
For
chicken.
bushcraft, for masculinity, for humanity.
Ah,
Tiddling up.
it's making a noise.
Yeah, but look, it's fizzing out of a bumhole.
There you go, look at that. That looks, in this light, absolutely barbaric. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. You?
Like pebble dashing it.
Oh, legs.
It's a really bad fucking builder. Look at that.
There she is. Ready for a close up. Don't touch your dick or eyes. And then we just to take the edge off. Not too much to stop it from cooking, but yeah, like that.
Yeah, that logo chicken.
Look at that. Isn't it? Number Johnny chicken. Might can't drink beer, so it's cider chicken.
It's a strongbow can up a chicken's anus.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, and you've seen how it was created, and it's not. There's no shame in it. But hopefully it'll be delicious and tender. We'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. Yeah, that's cooked. That's cooked. Minted lamb and vegetables cooked on the fire. Bon appetit. She just needs a big fire building round her and just like a sacrificial chicken.
Just double dipping.
What?
Infecting the whole
What do you mean?
plate with your disease.
What? How do you mean?
Get a bowl, serve it, and then eat it.
Alright. You having that? That is, well, it's a cider can chicken. It's the first of its kind, I think. I've never heard it being done before, so.
I'd love to know how much cider's left in the can.
Dude, there's about half, and
Okay.
you can drink, yeah, and it's like a greasy chicken fat cidery mess that you can drink.
I always thought there was less than that in there. Yeah.
Oh!
Put it on there.
There she is. There we go, this is our cider can chicken in full effect. Has it worked? Has it not worked? We don't know. We don't know. I'm going to take it. The leg's still on fire, man. Oh.
I think it's good.
Mmm.
What do you reckon?
It's cooked.
No, it's definitely cooked. It's actually moist. It's not like...
It's not dry at all, is it?
No. It's good.
And we'll work away on the tits, and then we'll maybe move to the leg and the wing. Maybe try a bit of a leg and a wing each.
Yeah.
Cider can chicken, look. Yeah.
I think it's really good.
Oh, very good.
Food at home just doesn't taste like this. This better not be the beginning of proper rain.
As you can hear, or maybe you can't hear it, it's just started to rain, so that's another element, literally, that we have to deal with now. Which means our fire will go out properly, and we need to get shelter, because if you get wet before you go to bed, you get cold, and that's not what we want.
But that's why we put our shelters up.
And that's
First
why
thing.
both of us individually have got weatherproof or rainproof shelters set up, ready to go. And the thought of having a rainproof shelter to go to is a nice thought, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when it's like...
It's lovely.
This could go either way, couldn't it?
I'll tell you what, it's coming down now.
I know. We better get under cover.
So unless something tragic or magic happens, we'll see you on the morrow.
Good morning, here we are in our camp. Let me just talk you through it. There's Hazy starting to prepare, well,
Yeah, just last night's
starting to prepare
cobweb.
breakfast.
Yeah, trying to blow last night's cobwebs off.
So our fire stayed lit all night, even through rain. How bad was the rain? It sounded bad, didn't
You
it?
see my tap's sunk there, that's because it's got a puddle on top of it.
Let's have a little camp tour. There's Hazy's little bed. His little dog's bed on the floor. His little rain collection up there. Here's my beautiful, look at that, hammock. I didn't even get into my sleeping bag till about 4 in the morning. So when I'm camping in winter, I have a like a sort of shiny foil base thing that goes in there to stop, because you lose all your heat as the wind's whipping underneath it. You lose your heat downwards. So, but then what else do I? Oh, I sometimes have a wool blanket as well. But honestly, I didn't even get into that sleeping bag. I was just in my clothes with a fleece, like a winter coat thing, like a little jacket. I was fine all night. So last night we did a podcast around the fire, but we told ourselves we wouldn't drink like at all until we'd finished the podcast. And then we started drinking as we started the podcast, and I think for COVID had, for reasons of like trying not to infect each other if one of us was carrying it, and let's face it, who do you reckon's carrying it out of us two?
Hello.
So what we did was we went, let's have a bottle of wine each, so we're not sharing a bottle of wine, and then basically drank a bottle of wine each. But although actually I've got about a quarter left, but Hazy drank it in about 5 minutes and became unmanageable again. There's a theme developing. But then, so basically, we woke up. Well, we went to bed thinking we'd done a good podcast, and then I woke up with the sort of regret that you have, the sort of panicked regret that you have after drinking. And so I was thinking, oh shit, I don't think that podcast is good actually. And then when we analysed it this morning, through the hazy memory, which is pun intended, through the hazy memory, it was like, oh, hang on. At one point, I was going, guys, gear's really important. I've got a wonderful jacket with a kangaroo pocket. That's a pocket on front of your jacket. You can keep everything in there. It's really good. Boring dad. And Hazy's just like, oh, if a chicken lived underwater. Just in ADHD kid. So basically our stupid, the worst parts of our personalities came out. There was a part.
I think that's just my personality though. Unfortunately, can be a little bit unmanageable.
There's bits where you were like actually informative. See, this is the thing. You walk around with Hazy in the woods, and he'll say, "Oh, that's that tree. You can eat those plants. You can eat those berries. There's wild garlic, picking stuff." And so he's very knowledgeable. So I'd like to capture some of that.
Yeah, some.
I'm not. No. What are you going to eat out?
I'll just eat out of this.
Sure.
Yeah.
No. You don't sleep all night, do you? You sort of wake up, you're aware of stuff. I kept waking up seeing the fire was still going. Then when it starts raining, you like register stuff all night, don't you? Like if there's something moving near, you sort of... No, and it's not like you're sleeping on edge.
Well,
you're
you
just...
It's,
but you're not going, what's that?
But it's true of anywhere where you sleep, even if you're in a hotel. If it's a foreign area, your brain won't go into full REM sleep because it's like a survival thing.
Right.
It keeps you alert. So you don't get healthy sleep when you're travelling. Anyway.
The drinking, I think.
Oh yeah, boozing.
Like, I drank 4 bottles of wine yesterday, but because it's an unfamiliar hotel room,
Yeah.
I didn't get rested.
I feel like shit.
I've got a banging headache from all this tension. Can you eat a badger? Have you caught one of those badgers we saw?
If one of them just stumbled over and fell in fire, that would have been... I think about that. I think about foxes and badgers. People would have eaten them back in the day, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
but no one eats them now.
Do badgers eat meat? They do, don't they?
They eat worms and bugs and stuff.
Oh God! Imagine, because like with squirrels, at least they're just eating nuts and stuff.
Squirrel meat's delicious.
Yeah, but like, isn't it like when you eat predators, they taste disgusting? Like if you actually ate bear meat.
Bear meat's delicious, apparently.
I thought it was toxic, and you have to cook it for hours.
No. It's a delicacy. You get these ones that that feed primarily on like blueberries, and their meat is tinged blue, and it's delicious by all accounts. Everything at some point has been eaten on it.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you
Like a shank,
when you see like
giraffe
people
shank.
starving on that show alone that I love, you just think, or like you get so desperate that, you know, like in a cartoon where someone turns into a ham or something when you're starving.
Yeah.
I reckon you just go into that, and you'll start, because like I watched one episode and they were eating bark, but it was bark that they knew that Native Americans had eaten
With just some calories.
yeah, and it's like the work your body has to do to get the calories out of it, because it's bark. You know.
Do you reckon you'd ever get that hungry that you'd look at you like I'm looking at my feet now, and would they turn into little like hams?
I sometimes think this, like, I've googled this before, that if you were starving, could you keep yourself alive by cutting off a leg? If you dealt with a wound properly and then eating your own leg to stay alive, but apparently the energy that your body requires to heal the wound takes more energy than you would get from eating the leg.
Yeah, and also the trauma. Your body would go into shock. If you're in a survival situation, the last thing you need to be doing.
I'm gonna cut my leg off.
I know what I'll do. I'm peckish.
I bet someone's done that, and imagine the feeling of regret after you know, like sometimes when you've eaten a meal, you think, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that.
Yeah.
If it was your own leg,
I feel a bit tubby Tom after
just think,
it.
oh. And then
Paying for that tomorrow.
An hour later, you're eating your other leg. You go, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Got the munchies.
Imagine you were in a survival situation. You eat your own leg, and then literally you hear, hello, hello. Someone comes and rescues you.
Well, I think that it happened in it on that when the rugby players crashed into the mountain and they had to eat the pilots first and stuff.
Yeah. Why
That
did they eat
first
the pilots first? Because they were dead.
Well, a few people died, but they saw it as like, well, they crashed the plane sort of thing. So that's.
Oh, it's brutal.
It is brutal. And I always think there is a point. It's like the guy who cut his arm off in The Rock and stuff.
Yeah.
There is a point where it's like, well, the point of no return, and you're always going to think, right, as soon as I cut this, is someone just going to pop his head over there with a can of lilt and a bag of fucking Maltesers or something, and be like, yeah. And you're too late. Ugh.
That's that film, isn't it? Alive. Is that
Alive is a film, yeah.
Is that
based on a true story though?
Yeah, no, it is. But like, did they sanitize it for the film? Because like, they must have done.
I reckon,
because
yeah.
you can't just start eating people without.
Raw.
Was it raw? I thought. Oh yeah, because they just like, and it was frozen, wasn't it? Like once you died, you were frozen within a few hours.
So it's like jerky, isn't it, in a way?
I wonder what human tastes like. It's meant to taste like chicken, isn't it?
Would you eat it, right? Okay, if someone had said, so if they could clone, so it's not actually being sentient.
Right. Yeah.
And it was just like an
lab-grown meat.
A lab-grown no, but it was human.
Yeah.
And a human arse. Would you eat a human
Why
arse?
An arse?
What?
Why can't it be like an
a
arse
rump? It's like a rump steak.
Would I eat a human arse that's been grown in a laboratory?
This is better.
I think no.
What?
Because do you know why? I think like that would follow you around forever. Everyone would. That's the only thing that would be. That's like the footnote of your life would be. He ate a human arse that was grown in a lab.
Yeah, but you could really dine out on it. Literally, you could travel, talk about it on podcasts. Something to talk about.
Yeah, I suppose. Content, baby.
It's content, innit?
Film me
Crisp
the
the skin
human
up.
arse. They are talking about lab-grown meat.
Just have a mushroom.
Well, what's this chicken of the woods stuff I keep hearing about?
Oh mate, we should keep our eye out for it because it is a fungus. It's a bracket fungus, which means it grows on trees, and it is the same texture, and it has a taste. It's like chicken soup, you know, that creamy sort of, and the same sort of fibrous texture as chicken.
How much? Because whenever I've seen people getting it, harvesting it, like you get a lot.
Yeah, you can get big bits. Yeah.
Is it nutritional?
Yeah.
It's like properly.
Yeah, mushrooms are the truth, mate. It was me last night, just a simple tarp, and I was just on the deck. Don't think I got done by ticks or anything, but that'll all be found out in the shower. And then Sir Matthew of Morgan.
Look at that, professional.
Look at it.
Better than the little refugee camp behind us.
And I have a little refugee camp. That's me, tucked away under there. A little feast for the bugs. the Hennessy hammock, which is actually
modified and cut the ropes off. I tried to make it totally foolproof.
he's modified it as well.
On the Hennessy, there's like a pointed bit of plasticky stuff, right, that hides all the gubbins. I cut that off, and if you cut off where the rope attaches, there's like whatever that's called, webbing,
Yeah.
like seatbelt material. Put a carabiner through that, and then just use these. They're not that heavy and they're easy, because before this comes out and it's just a rope, and then I had that tied to a little mod I found online where it's like you put a tree hugger strap with two rappel rings, right, and then the rope goes through. You go through both, then back through one. That thing. But even that, sometimes it wasn't working, and I'm not an expert, so I just thought make it so simple, and this did.
It just looks good, doesn't it? And it's a side lay for anyone who doesn't know. So the DD hammock which I'm in is just you just lay on your back, and I sometimes get night terrors on my back, so it's not good. But this thing, it's a diagonal lay, so you can really spread out in it, can't you?
Lay sideways. I sleep as well in this as I do in my bed at home.
It just looks good, doesn't it? Look at that.
It's easy to get it tight.
The floating triangle. Breakfast has been has helped with the noggins. Now we're gonna tidy this up, make sure we leave no trace, and then we're gonna go find somewhere to dunk our junk. We'll do one of these to tidy up. Boom, and there you go, all squared away. There we go, there's the packs. I'm in the Osprey Aether 70 litre. Matt is in the Fjellraven
Kajka 75 litre.
75 litre. Couple of absolute weapons there. I'm looking. Oh my god! Come on! No, you fucking. Oh, it's cold, like. Ah! I could get in quick.
I can't, it's too cold.
Come on, jump in. For some reason, Matthew decided to do a flying sea bomb, so I've had to talk over this so as to not offend your lug holes. So that's unusable. It looks big underwater because it's really clear, yeah. You can open your eyes and just see. Did you touch the bottom? Well, your bottom. Yeah. Did you touch the bottom? Right. Oh! I'm just floating back that way. We're going to float back like a couple of buggies. There's a decent current. There we go. And not belly flap.
If you knock yourself unconscious,
You'll help me, won't you?
I will always remember you. I'll come here every year to this point.
Yeah, will you please? Will you wear hot pants? Denim hot pants?
I'll wear. Oh, I've got them now. When you die, they're going to go to a good home. Right, ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
It sounded painful.
Oh, didn't look good, did it?
I mean,
Bit of a backflop.
it was very loud bang. It sounded like it hurt.
There's no sexy way to do this. That hurt. That's how we end it. I don't know how we're going to cut this shower of shit together. Oh, it really hurt. But that's it. Job done. We've swam in rivers. We've swam in the sea. Yeah.
We've camped in the woods.
Camped in the woods. We've had fires. We've reset and tree set.
We've done it.
Out.
I'm like Jordan, trying to rise onto the dump. Me, I'm trying to be an icon from the jump. They were war, then I let bygones be bygones. Cause they bars till are gone by the month. Me, I'm trying to be an icon from the jump. They were war, then I let bygones be bygones. Cause they bars till are gone by the month.